Представяме ви следващия лектор – Тео Гранис. Тео е продуктов специалист в SoftOne Technologies. Кариерата си в сферата на бизнес софтуера започва преди повече от 10 години като ERP интегратор, девелопър и IT консултант на малки и средни международни фирми. В последните 4 години Тео е продуктов специалист в SoftOne и член на международния отдел за проучвания и развитие на компанията. Темата на неговата презентация е Дигиталната трансформация в действие.
Здравейте, здравейте! Second year in a row to be here, always a pleasure. So, моето име е Тео, произхождам от Солун. That's about it with the Bulgarian that I am allowed to use here today, because back in Blagoevgrad, where I keep a residence, I've been taught a lot of other Bulgarian. Today, I would like to share with you my favorite video game of my childhood. It was called Prince of Persia. And as you guessed it, everyday life scenario. It was a young prince who was trying to save his beloved princess from the bad vizier who had captured her. Now, this was a really hard game. You could die out of enemy guards. You could fall out of high altitudes. There were spikes coming out of the floors or of the rooftops. This game taught me a lot about frustration, because whenever you lose, you cannot speak to the actual game machine, right? There is nobody to talk to. You are alone. In many ways, it resembles to the digital transformation journey that we have to do. We have to learn, we have to understand from our mistakes, and then next time that we know better, we may improve ourselves. And we see how easy it is to die. Now, I never managed to finish the damn game. However, I made up my mind. I will never deal with something as complicated as that, ever again. And this is what I do today for a living. Now, okay, we understand that we live in a changing world, right? This is a very catchy phrase, everybody uses it. But do we really understand how much this is the case? Let's see. Yes, indeed, this guy was sleeping. So, we know today that the cost of the key technologies has fallen rapidly. This means that those technologies today, they are not intended only for global enterprises, but they are for the SMEs as well, for ourselves. For instance, today, each and every one of us holds a cell phone that has more capacity than the actual Challenger or the first NASA expeditions to the moon. In the same time, we are able to integrate not only robots, but cobots, cooperative, collaborative robots into our manufacturing line. They can cooperate with human beings, with people. And the cost over it is significantly less than it used to be some years ago. And we see the comparison between 2007 and 2013 and 17. Now, you are able to access over the internet the Digital Transformation Scoreboard from the European Commission. It's a very useful document. Running through it, I selected 2 KPIs that make some sense to us. The first one is the Digital Transformation Enablers Index. And it's about everything that provides actually a ranking of all the member states of the European Union based on the assumption that infrastructure, access to finance, and the demand on supply and the skill set, they are able to advance the digital transformation of a society. Now we will see that most of our countries here in the Southeastern Europe, they rank very poor when it comes to this, right? However, especially in Bulgaria, the entrepreneurial culture changes. We see a very rapid boost when it comes to, in comparison to 2017 and 2018. This means that something is changing here. And to my friend from Romania as well, which scores also very highly. And this reflects the success of the change when it comes to the culture and the business policies that our state here provides and the opportunities that we have. Now, these are the opportunities that you have today. But let's bust some myths about digital transformation. The first myth, digital disruption is bankrupting enterprises, or if not a big enterprise, perhaps established companies. Now, obviously, this is a mistake. Established companies have their own hard assets. They have humans, which have experience. They have actual relations. They have their data that they can exploit, even if they don't use them at this moment. So in fact, they are not doomed. They have many opportunities to flourish and to keep on being totally competitive into the market. And the very example of Kodak, because we know Kodak is now vanished. Kodak used to be the most prominent company when it comes to taking pictures, right? Now Kodak is nowhere. But this is just an example. We all know Kodak because we know her story, but we don't know many stories like this. So it's not over yet. Digital is a back office issue. It's mostly for accountants, right? Hey, okay, perhaps for some web WMS for our warehouse employees, but not. Actually, when companies are able to integrate all of their departments horizontally and vertically within the company, it's being proven that they are competitive to digital native companies. Third myth, I will hire an IT. Or, and a very nice trend now that comes from the United States, the Chief Digital Officer or CDO. Then I will hire a CDO, he's going to be in charge, and that's it, I'm finished. No, in reality, the only thing that we need to do is just to change our culture, and this culture has to be inherited throughout our employees. Everybody has to take part into this journey. We all know Caterpillar, and we wouldn't expect from the mining industry or the excavation or the construction industry to be pioneering when it comes to digital transformation, right? Because most probably we expect it from the retail business, from the services sector, even from food industry. But doesn't make sense for constructions, right? However, over the last year, they managed to implement within their machinery a bunch of sensors. All those sensors communicate with the central offices of Caterpillar. They collect data. And this is how, based on the usage of their machinery, they are able to create suggestions to their customers. When your excavation machine needs to be serviced? When do you need to make changes? Perhaps you should operate in a more efficient way. So actually, this means that transformation, a digital transformation, can be found even where it makes no sense to us, as long as we can keep our mindset open. So now that we need to transform the way we work, and we totally comprehend it, business as usual, doing business as usual, is not going to help us. We need to move on into the next day. And this is our promise as SoftOne, to assist you into this process. We understand that when it comes into business activities, we have producers and consumers. Producers are obviously the employees, right? Regardless of their role. Perhaps they are in the warehouse, accountants, salesmen, the managers. But they can be anything else. They can be the supplier software. It can be a third-party software, a mobile application that we have. If we have a manufacturing or an automatic process line, it can be some PLCs. It can be embedded systems. Let me give you a very nice example on that. Nespresso, that we drank outside, in Cyprus, they have embedded software into their process so that actually the professional Nespresso machines connect to SoftOne and they give a small ping. Hey, I need service. Send me somebody. Now, after posting everything into SoftOne, we need to exploit them. We need to convert them into meaningful data. To whom? To everybody. To employees, to managers, perhaps to third-party software. Perhaps even give commands to PLCs when it comes to our manufacturing line. So actually, we are able to consolidate all of the information and create communication channels. But what about the people? What about our users, human resources, because this is what makes sense to us. Now, we all know that ERPs or business software in general, it's boring. I have never heard of somebody waking up in the morning saying, yeah, I will open my business software. Okay, no. So the concept is to transform the experience, to create new experience, intuitive experience, which makes sense to us. Why not even integrate all of manufacturing line into our system? Why not provide new experience to any device from any time and any place, regardless of our business role? And now that we comprehend it, let's see what about our data. Our data can trigger reactions. We know that. When we post something, something else might happen. This is the next day of a business software system. And for us, it takes a vision with two machines. The one that we call EVA, Enterprise Virtual Assistant, but we prefer the EVA because, okay, let's understand, it's always nice to have a woman. And business automation machine. Let's start with the second one, business automation machine. The business automation machine is able to understand everything with a single phrase. If this, then that. When something happens, then something else has to take place. What is this thing that happens? It can be anything. It can be a call. It can be an email. It can be a request. It can be a message. It can be the posting of a sales order. It can be the posting of a transaction that we have from an e-shop or from a custom application. It doesn't matter when it comes from. So regardless of where we have our source, the trigger, we have a result. And what is that? What is the result which is going to happen? Perhaps anything that makes sense to us. It can be a communication. It can be another trigger. It can be a notification. Later, in our demo that we will have, we will see how we can get those kind of results by simply using our cell phone devices. Okay, but this is global. Everybody uses cell phone devices. Why not even have this access in other ways, which we are going to see later? Our business automation machine executes, assigns, approves, rejects, schedules, reminds, communicates, and interacts with people, even though it is just a machine. And the only thing that we need to follow is by designing the business processes that we have. And the best friend that we have is EVA, which gives us access to our business without the use of any software. EVA can remind us. EVA can answer to our questions. EVA can make questions to us if we are available, if we want to do something. this is the next interface. This is the interface of the future, actually. The no interface that understands our language. And like very few things in life, Eva is free.
Innovation starts when something original brings together knowledge with breakthrough technologies, goes way beyond products and processes to revolutionize the way people work, collaborate, and connect. Innovation is when you are built to run in the cloud, so that real-time information becomes real-time knowledge, and more value can be unlocked on every process, every transaction, every single day. Innovation is when you can truly mobilize not just your sales force, but your entire business with the click of a button, so that you can effortlessly expand your reach no matter where you are or what device you are on. Innovation is when you can connect with the speed of now with everything and anyone in a better, more reliable way, so that your partnerships and collaborations transform your day-to-day opportunities into bottom-line results. Innovation is when behind all the technology lies a new platform designed entirely to offer an intuitive, one-to-one experience to every single user, regardless of their business role, their location, or what device they use. Innovation is when you can reimagine what the business experience should be in the future, transforming something already great to something even greater again. Simply put, innovation is not about looking ahead, it's about being ahead, way ahead. SoftOne Series 5.
Now that the new reality is here, I will call all of you to follow together the demo that we will have in a couple of hours. Благодаря много.